Lamar Jackson or Josh Allen? Who will be the MVP? Well, if you let the media tell it, it is a very tight race. And maybe it is because the media determines who the MVP is at the end of the day. But in reality, it's only one clear choice, and that's Lamar Jackson.
Yeah, to be honest, you said Lamar Jackson versus Josh Allen. That's the matchup that the media's pushing and everybody's talking about. I honestly don't even think Josh Allen is second when it comes to MVP. I think that would be Saquon Barkley, who's having a historic season. Unfortunately, it doesn't look like they're going to let him finish that off this weekend. But
Tragic.
Of course, we're recording this a few days before the actual game, so hopefully they change their mind and let him go out there and go for that rushing record. But yeah, I mean, Josh Allen's having a phenomenal season. I understand why Bills fans want him to have the award. This is by far his best season. Unfortunately for him, it's also by far Lamar Jackson's best season, right? And I think the things that kind of set him apart, obviously Lamar has the numbers over Josh Allen this season. And look, I know that a lot of people point out that last year Lamar didn't have the numbers, but what Lamar had last year was his best performances against the top teams in the league and an unbelievable record against winning teams. They dominated everybody. Josh Allen doesn't have that. They are not dominating winning teams this season, right?
Yep.
Josh Allen had some of his worst games against their better competition. He played pretty poorly against Baltimore, head-to-head with Lamar Jackson. They lost 35-10, right? And that was when Baltimore still had arguably the worst pass defense in the NFL. Josh Allen went 9 for 30 against Houston in a loss. And that's Houston, that's their one win against a winning team, right? So those kind of performances don't look great for Josh. Lamar's had his down weeks, but nothing close to, those kind of games, And again, like you said, Lamar is having by far his best season statistically. Baltimore has kind of fought back after starting kind of slow in the first couple of weeks. They have taken control of the division. They have a chance to win it this weekend. So I just don't see the argument. I mean, some people say, hey, it's the supporting cast, which is hilarious because that's been Lamar Jackson's argument for his entire career up until this point. But you point to Derrick Henry, obviously, right, who's having a great season. But Derrick Henry is helped more by Lamar than Lamar is by Derrick Henry. You look at his last few years in Tennessee, he was barely over 4 yards a carry, and now in his age 30 season, he seems to have found the fountain of youth. That's because he's playing next to Lamar Jackson, who's one of the biggest threats to run the ball in the NFL. Josh Allen also has a fantastic running back in James Cook. And then when you go to the wide receivers, look, Zay Flowers has played really well. Rashad Bateman has stepped up quite a bit this season, but I don't think anybody anywhere would say that these are great wide receivers. Josh Allen doesn't have great receivers either, but they're not horrible receivers. So I don't think that the supporting cast argument sways me either way.
Now are they not horrible? I mean, I know Amari Cooper isn't having a great season. I would argue Amari Cooper, but it's not an argument. He's been way more productive than any of the Ravens receivers up until this point, right? Now, obviously, Zay Flowers is having a breakout year. His first year over 1,000 yards. Even Rashad Bateman, and the sky's the limit for them. But in terms of production, I mean, he has more proven receivers. The Bills also drafted Keon Coleman in the first round, who's looking like
second round.
Oh, second round.
He was the first pick in the second round, I believe.
There you go. And they also got Khalil Shakir, who's also high productive. I believe he's got around 800 yards. Now, you want to argue that Josh Allen made these guys? All right, fine. I guess he didn't make Amari Cooper. Amari Cooper was proven. James Cook obviously proven. So there's talent there. There's also talent on the defense as well. Like he's not playing with bums. I think because of the Pro Bowl list that came out recently, people will argue that Lamar has a bunch of talent. This is the same argument that people made for Cam Newton in his MVP year, because a bunch of the players made it to the Pro Bowl, and they're like, oh, look at all the weapons they have, and they have Ted Ginn.
Yeah,
They get
right.
you got
they like to vote in players on teams that are playing well.
Yeah.
And it's hilarious to me that people use it, because any other time you mention Pro Bowl and people will laugh at you because the Pro Bowl's a joke. I mean, Tyler Huntley made the Pro Bowl a couple years ago. Daniel Falele is a Pro Bowl alternate. Justin Tucker's a Pro Bowl alternate right now. Nobody who's ever seen Baltimore play would tell you those two are playing well this year. But yeah, it's funny too that you bring up Rashad Bateman, and we both said he's playing very well. Rashad Bateman has 680 yards. He's just not dropping the ball every week. So that's a step up. He's playing more consistently. I don't know. I feel like it's one of those things where, Lamar has won it twice already, and a lot of people in media feel like it's just Josh Allen's turn to get it.
Yes, like you said, it's that sentiment of, hey, it's Josh Allen's turn to win it because he's played great, and he's an excellent quarterback, and it feels like he should have one, right? But when other players are playing better, you don't get one. And if your argument is, well, it just needs to be his turn because Lamar got it when we don't feel like he should have gotten it, that's just lazy and lack of focus. And what can get you focused? Magic Mind. All right. Yes. Our friends at Magic Mind are back. They were gracious enough to give us some more samples to check out, because look, when we don't get our Magic Mind, we struggle a little bit. Okay. YouTube is a grind. Podcasting is a grind. But when I have it, one shot, I am laser focused. I am a lot more productive. I'm a lot more efficient. Okay. I'm not saying this is a miracle drink, but it definitely works.
Yeah. And the reason that we're talking about Magic Mind now is because they are pushing the concept of mental wealth, right? There's 5 pillars to it. It's sleep, diet, exercise, stress management, and exogenous compounds, right? It's a lifestyle. And like you said, this isn't a miracle drink. It's something to add into your daily routine to help you build up that mental wealth, right? So that you're having good habits, and you're not overdosing on the coffee or whatever it is, and having those crashes at the end of the day. It's all natural. You get the scientifically tested ingredients that they've done over 200 studies on the ingredients. It's third-party tested, so it's not something where they're buying their own scientific test to tell you, hey, this is good. It's all organically grown in California ingredients, doctor validated. They are so confident that you're going to love it and this is going to work for you, that it's a 100% money back guarantee. They just want you to try it, right? They're also coming back with Magic Mind Sleep. It's a bundle. It's a 2-shot, I guess, like I said, routine. The Magic Mind gets you through the day, gets you productive, focused. Magic Mind Sleep helps you, get to sleep and get those hours of rest and get, re-energized. And it's a process. It just builds up over time. The longer you use it, the better it works. It's been a godsend for us.
Yep, that's right. So we want to pass the gift of Magic Mind onto you. So we have a special discount code for you to try it out.
Right there, you want to go to, see the link at the bottom of the screen. It's going to be www.magicmind.com/LBHTJAN for January. So that's www.magicmind.com/LBHTJAN. You're going to get 45% off of the Magic Mind bundle. If it doesn't work for you, if you don't like it, you're not feeling it for whatever reason, they are going to offer you 100% money back guarantee, no questions asked. But we're pretty sure that it's going to work and you're going to like it.
Okay, so back to these writers and Josh Allen supporters. Okay, I understand your argument. I understand your case for making Josh Allen MVP, but the argument that it's a clear cut vote. No, he doesn't have anything over Lamar, other than rushing touchdowns and wins. I think they have 3 more wins.
2 more wins than Baltimore at this point.
Okay, yeah. As of this recording, they have 2 more wins than Baltimore. That's not enough. If you're only basing it off of wins, then the clear front runner for MVP is Pat Mahomes. Okay, but B, Pat Mahomes lost to Josh Allen and the Bills. They beat them. Well, who did the Bills lose to? All right. Well, you have your answer there.
I believe that they lost to Baltimore 35-10, and then the following week lost to Houston as well.
Well,
Now, and again, Josh Allen's playing great. He has huge wins over Kansas City. They're the only team to beat Kansas City. He's got another huge win over Detroit. Although Detroit, they were pretty beat up at the point, but they're arguably the top team in the NFC. It's not enough, right? You can't perform poorly in some other important games and be behind in all the statistical categories and just hang your hat on 2 wins. Because, and like I said at the beginning of the video, that's kind of what people have been insinuating about Lamar's last season. Oh, it was just the wins, and now Josh Allen has the wins, and Lamar has the stats that should go to Josh Allen. But Josh Allen doesn't actually have the wins. He has a couple of impressive wins, but they are not dominating playoff teams and winning teams the way that Baltimore was last season. I also want to take a second to point out that Joe Burrow shouldn't even be in the conversation. His team's not even in the playoffs yet.
But he's playing great.
Yeah, no, he is. He's playing phenomenally. Yeah. But at this point, when we're recording this, they still need a lot of help to even get into the playoffs. So no, you're not an MVP. And I think it's unfortunate that the league overlooks every other position for this award. It should just be a quarterback award, not even called MVP. Just the best quarterback, and then you've got best running back, wide receiver, etc. Because nobody else gets this award. I said Saquon Barkley should be second. There's almost no chance that he would actually get this award. Right. But he has earned it, unlike Josh Allen.
Also, I want to add that this is all based off of Lamar winning last year, like we said before, right? And if he didn't win it, it would have gone to Josh Allen. That's the assumption, but that's a wrong assumption because Josh Allen wasn't number 2. I don't think in the voting, was he?
Looks like he was number 5 in the voting last season.
Yeah. So your boy was never going to win it. Don't worry about Lamar Jackson. Josh Allen was never going to win MVP last year, and he shouldn't have. Okay. No. Brock Purdy was playing great. Christian McCaffrey was playing great.
Dak Prescott actually finished second last year.
Oh, Dak Prescott. Yeah. There you go. There are a lot of players that were playing better than Josh Allen last year. And Josh Allen didn't play bad, but you lead the league in turnovers. That's a hard thing to look over. He had more interceptions than Brett Favre did when he in his MVP season. And Brett Favre is the king of turnovers.
That he is. Josh Allen been coming hard for that though. But this is why I think Bills fans are so adamant that he wins this year, because this is the first year where he hasn't turned the ball over like that. He's really cut that down and taken that next step, into being an elite quarterback. Just like I said, unfortunately for him, there are other players having better seasons at the same time he's doing that. And I'm sure he'll get his MVP at some point, but it just shouldn't be this year.
There you go. And ultimately, as a Ravens fan, I'm not that invested in the actual MVP race. I want Lamar to win the Super Bowl MVP. It's time for the Ravens to win a Super Bowl. I'm sure Bills fans will say the same thing about the Bills, right? You have a very good team, one of the top teams, the number 2 team record-wise in the AFC. You need to be thinking about winning a Super Bowl, okay? As fans, we can think of both, obviously, but that's where your mindset should be. Our teams need to be competing for that, and we'll find out. Okay, we'll see who's standing in February holding up that trophy. I got my money on Lamar and the Ravens, and our 9 Pro Bowlers. Huh? that is crazy. People think we're stacked. That is. I mean,
they said it was the exact same thing that happened with Cam Newton in his MVP year because they had, I believe, 10 Pro Bowlers. And, you know, if you ask anybody, hey, which one of these guys other than Cam or Luke Kuechly do you want? Crickets. You don't want any of those guys on your team. But the Panthers were 15-1. They were playing very well, and so guys get put into the Pro Bowl. We all know the Pro Bowl voting is a joke. So even attempting to make that part of your argument shows that you have lost the argument already.
There you go. All right. Bills fans, I expect you to stand up for your guy, right? I like the Bills. I like Josh Allen. But Lamar is just better right now, okay? That's a fact. Performance-wise, I mean, Lamar has always been everything for this team from day one, okay? Everybody knows that he's been working with not a whole lot. This year, just because he got a very good running back, all of a sudden he's stacked with talent. Nobody ever called these guys weapons ever. All right.
Yeah, it's funny because, you know, what happened is it came out that the Ravens had the highest separation score in the league, essentially, and that's, you know, the wide receivers and their separation at the point that they're targeted. And yeah, okay, that's great. It accounts for the separation when the ball is thrown. But you know what else the Baltimore Ravens and Lamar Jackson have? The highest time to throw in the league. You know why that is? Because the guys don't actually get open that quickly. Because they're not that great. Lamar dances around, Lamar avoids pressure, and Lamar waits for guys to get open. Because, you know, he's been great on tight window throws, but he has the highest percentage of open passes, essentially. Because he waits, and he makes the right decision, right? You know, he's not forcing the ball when he doesn't need to. You know, and as long as he can move around and manipulate the pocket, manipulate the rushers, and keep his eyes downfield and wait for those guys to get open, he's content to do that. But don't mistake it and think that these guys are just breaking open or getting open right off the line, and it's just pitch and catch for Lamar all day long. That is absolutely not what's happening.
I wish.
Yeah.
I wish. Also, having weapons, it doesn't hurt your case for MVP, by the way. I just want to say that. Right. Your MVP caliber quarterback is supposed to have weapons.
Yes.
So, I mean, it is what it is. But anyway, that's it for this one. We have a lot more to argue about. I'm sure we're going to have a lot of spirited discussions in our comment section. All right. Yes. Just be respectful as much as you can. All right. And don't forget, Magic Mind, okay? Check it out. It is a very good product. This is our second time working with this company. They are great. All right. We love their product, and we highly encourage you guys to check it out.
Yeah, and again, that's www.magicmind.com/LBHTJAN for January.
All right. That's it for this video. We'll see you in the next one. Peace.